My name is Reed Yobe. I said it in my previous video that there are quite a number of topics that I would like to explore as far as the life of Zimbabweans that are living in the diaspora is concerned. And one topic is what we tackle at a time. Today I want to talk to you about saving money and preparing for your future. One thing that you must always remember as a human being is that it is your responsibility for you to make it in life. Don't let wild animals be wiser than you, a human being. When a wild animal gets up in the morning, it knows that it is totally responsible for its own survival, and it will do everything and anything to survive. But on the other hand, humans that were created in the image of God, humans that were created with a brain that functions better than any other creature on the planet, have the privilege of choice, and they can choose to give excuses. And they can choose to blame others for their failure to make it. When a wild animal gets up in the morning, it focuses on its own survival to ensure that it is safe and that it gets what it needs, and that is food. Wild animals will do everything and anything to survive. They don't complain about their shortcomings. They don't compare themselves to others, neither do they blame others for their problems, but their focus will always be in trying to survive, and they see to it that they survive. That's the kind of mentality that you must have. Work with what you have, and at all costs, work with what you have in order for you to prepare for your own future. You don't have a choice but to survive. You don't have a choice but to make it in life. I don't care how old you are, you still can prepare. It's better late than never. You still can do something with the time that you are left with. And if you are young, I suggest that you make use of the time that you have to prepare for your own future. I know that life in the diaspora is not easy. Some are doing 2 or 3 jobs, and they have got side hustles on top of that in an effort to just bring food on the table. But you still must survive. You still must prepare for your future. Because you don't want a situation whereby you grow old, you cannot work, and you've got nowhere to stay. Now is the time for you to start preparing for your future. You must think about a place where you're going to stay when you retire. And you must think about the kind of life that you're going to live when you retire. How are you going to survive? How are you going to survive? You must think about those things. The other thing that you must remember is that life in the urban areas is more expensive compared to the life in the rural areas as far as Zimbabwe is concerned, because we're going to go back home. So we are thinking about the kind of a life that one is going to survive. live when they go back home? What kind of a life are you going to live when you go back home? I know that you're used to life in the city and you enjoy it, but you can develop your home in such a manner that you'll be able to experience the same kind of life that you are living in the city, there where you are in the diaspora. Some are building houses in the city, but have you ever thought about the expenses that you're going to incur? When you retire, you won't be able to work. Unless maybe you build more houses that you can put tenants in, and then you live in one house. And then the money that you'll be getting from the tenants is what will be sustaining you. But if you build your house in the rural areas, you can also start farming and do business. You build yourself a nice house in the rural areas. You drill a borehole. You have solar panel. And there are people that are offering those services these days. And when you retire, you can enjoy your life in the rural areas. But in order for you to achieve all those things, you must be very careful about how you use your money. You must be extremely careful about how you use your money. And by that, I mean you must watch very closely how you use your money every day. Every rand counts. 10 rand, don't just throw away 10 rand simply because it's 10 rand. That's where it starts. 1 rand, you must watch every rand. Take care of the cents and the rands will take care of themselves. Take care of the cents and the dollars will take care of themselves. Take care of the cents and the euros will take care of themselves. Wherever you are in the diaspora, you must watch every cent that you spend. Eat before you go shopping. Feed your children if you're taking them with you. It will actually help you to resist the temptations of buying things that you don't need. Because if you go shopping hungry, you end up buying things that you don't need. In other words, what I'm just trying to say is that you must watch every rand that you spend. Don't just give away money simply because you have it. If someone is in trouble and they really need help, if you can, help. But if you can't, you can't, because you have to think about yourself first. Because one thing that you have to understand is that a time is coming when you won't be able to work, and you don't want to be a beggar. You don't want to depend on other people to look after you. You must also have a savings account. Depending on where you are, if the currency is stable, like the people that are in the US, the US dollar is stable. You can save money in the savings account and keep it like that as US dollars. If you're in Europe, maybe you're using pounds, British pounds, or you're using euros, that currency is stable. You can save it in the savings account. But if you're living in a country like South Africa, we all know what's happening to the rand. The value of the rand is now depreciating, so it's not safe anymore to keep money in the savings account because it will be losing value. So what I would advise that one does if you are living in South Africa is to convert your money into US dollars. The other thing that you can do is invest your money in some form of business, which is actually far much better than converting or keeping your money in the savings account. I mean, converting it to US dollars if you are living in South Africa, or maybe just keeping it in the savings account if you are in Europe and the US. The thing that is better than that you can do is investing your money in some form of business. Using your money to get more money. Because you already have a goal, you know what you want to do as far as preparation for the future is concerned. Now you are just working towards saving money. It's never too late. Wherever you are, you can start. So that's what I would advise. Brothers and sisters in the diaspora, please prepare for the future. Remember, you don't have a choice but to survive. Make hay while the light shines. That's what I just thought of sharing with you. My name is Reed Yobe. Thank you.